the situation has now changed. The attitude of the nation state toward drugs, is that you regulate their flow into a society in order to control sedation and the generation of revolutionary political agendas and so forth and so on, and that you use them as a back channel source of black money. The nation state is now on the ropes. It's being replaced by something else, the world's Fortune 1000 companies, the world corporate state. It's a similar situation to what happened at the 30 Years' War, where the 30 Years' War was from 1619 to 48, and at the beginning, Europe was ruled by popes and kings. At the end, it was ruled by peoples and parliaments, and the church had been basically told, you can have an acre of land in the center of every village, but the money, the big stuff, the major rackets of European civilization, we will now reserve to ourselves. You bury the dead, feed the hungry, run hospitals and insane asylums, print books, and we'll take care of the money-making stuff. This is now happening to the nation state. The nation state is being told, your agenda is now obsolete. You provide health care, build highways, and we'll take over the money-making end of civilization. And the attitude of the world corporate state is a little different than the attitude of the nation states. First of all, the world corporate state hates unregulated markets. It just simply doesn't like unregulated markets. And to it, drugs are a commodity. It dealt opium in the 19th century. It dealt spices in the 15th century. It dealt sugar, tobacco, and rum in the 17th century. It hates unregulated markets. And it also is more interested in drugs as sources of entertainment than social control. The interesting thing about the world corporate state is it has no real moral agenda. It only wants to pick your pocket, which when you think of what's been peddled in the ideological marketplace in the 20th century, somebody who simply wants to pick your pocket is a welcome and humane addition to the rogues gallery. So I would think that fairly quickly, more and more drugs will be legalized, and even drug taking encouraged, because there's a great deal of money to be made. I think that the way that it will be done on a cost-benefit basis, and if you're trying to minimize the amount of social money you spend on drug-induced damage control without any recourse to humane rhetoric at all, the way to do it is to decide that all forms of drug abuse are mental illnesses. And then you don't build prisons and mess with people like that. You simply give them therapies of various sorts, paid for by insurance companies and governments. And the cost of this, compared to treating these things as criminal enterprises, is 1/10 to 1/20th. And strangely enough, it's one of those weird situations where this is probably what should be done from a moral point of view as well, but it'll be done for all the wrong reasons.
You're listening to the Psychedelic Salon, where people are changing their lives one thought at a time.
Well, did you pick up on the fact that already in 1998, Terence had become well aware of the new big push that the U.S. pharmaceutical companies had begun to make for their patented drugs? Among other things, he said, and I quote, "So I think that, fairly quickly, more and more drugs will be legalized and even drug taking encouraged because there's a great deal of money to be made," end quote. Now, you may have thought that he was talking about cannabis and psychedelics, but he was actually speaking about prescription drugs. At least that's what I think. And it seems that he was spot on with his assumption, because while in 1993 the direct-to-consumer, You know, the ads that you see on television, direct-to-consumer advertising for prescription drugs was only $166 million. But by 2005, that number had increased to $4.2 billion. It isn't the criminal cartels that are the main drug pushers here in the States. It's the pharmaceutical companies.